Hi there, Libra. It's time to have a look and see what is going on in the 2 weeks commencing the new moon in Capricorn, January 13th, 2021. And yes, we are going to bi-weekly horoscopes, and yes, we are incorporating a bit of astrology with a particular focus on the lunations, new moon and full moon and whatnot. And so I do want to mention that for those of you who want more astrology talk as it relates to individual signs, I am actually going to be doing that live on my Patreon on Fridays at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, US and Canada. And we will be talking about this 2 week period and how it applies to all the signs. And we're going to be doing it in a very interactive way because you can do Q&As. There's going to be a chat, and if you're interested in taking part of that, it is a long one. I tend to go about an hour when I get on live, and so make sure you have time for that. But there's always replays available as well for people who just want to have access to that later. You can sign up at my Patreon by following the links down below. It's a $5 minimum pledge per month to have access, but you'll also have access to discounts as well as the other lives that I do on the incoming waves and new light astrology for general purposes and what's going on there. So if you're interested, you can follow the links again down below. And I also want to remind everyone that if you're watching your rising sign horoscope, remember your rising sign is going to give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope is showing up. And your moon sign horoscope is going to be giving you the story that is running parallel to your sun sign horoscope. And if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So let's talk about this new moon in Capricorn. It's falling in your fourth house of home, family, the domicile, and this is going to be completely shifting not only how you live, but giving you an opportunity to make some serious adjustments to even where you live or how you are conducting your life in your home, making a completely new change for your family, closing one era, opening up another. And the reason for that is because this new moon is also conjunct Pluto, the great transmuter. And so we're going to be finding that a lot of new opportunities are going to be maybe displacing or overriding or overwriting any kind of old business that you may have been carrying on as it relates to maybe how you carry on your family business, or maybe a lot of you could be finding a new place to move if that's what you're looking for, or quite possibly some of you making some serious shifts as it relates to your home environment in other ways, maybe new roommates, new living arrangements, new terms when it comes to a mortgage or a lease. Some of you may actually be also doing some serious work on the shadow side of things when it comes to how you are running your family, how you are running your household, and maybe releasing some influences or non-influences that could be coming from other households, or maybe even your own past, your own roots. And I am seeing a lot of Libra people doing some deep cleaning of the roots during this period as well. As we get on to the cards, okay, so when it comes to the cards, the way it's been reading, some of these things are just not going to show up in a one after another sequence. Okay, some of these cards, yes, I'll be reading them as an evolving flow, but you may find that some of them are happening almost at the same time, like simultaneously. Some of them are happening one immediately after another, chain reaction style. And some of them may all be happening in less than 14 days. It could be 9 days, 10 days, 11 days. It may not take a full fortnight. So it really depends on what is going on with your own personal life stream. Now, to start this all off, you've got the Eight of Pentacles upright. This is in your personal shifts column. So your personal changes, what's going on with you, your personal responsibilities, your personal themes. Yeah, I merged them all into one. And with the Eight of Pentacles upright, a lot of you Libra people are going to be going through a lot of changes to how you are conducting yourself when it comes to your work, your productivity, whether it is making adjustments where upgrades and updates are necessary, changing your entire work ethic as it relates to maybe the services that you're providing to whom. Some of you may be actually adjusting things like price points, availability, but we're also sharpening a lot of our skills and debuting and showcasing a lot of skills that maybe we have been working on, studying, or getting acclimated with behind the scenes. And there is this big theme of polishing going on with you. A lot of polishing and a lot of carving out, polishing and chiseling. So you're going to be finding that this whole 2 weeks is about crafting you the perfect environment with which to actually get to work on personal projects, again, your own career aspirations, your own health, your own home, but it's also providing you a lot of new tools, contacts, and resources with which to actually really make a huge impression much more quickly with the right audience, with the right group, with the right clientele. And you're going to be finding that you are making headway a lot faster than maybe other people who came before you. As we get on to what this evolves into, we've got the Knight of Wands upright, and you are starting to actually get very, very popular. A lot of you are going to be attracting a lot of interest as many of the small projects or many of the smaller works that you have been playing with are actually picking up a lot of traction, and a lot of initiatives that you've been putting out there, even goals that maybe you set as resolutions for later on in 2021, I want to do this. Later on in 2022, I want to do this. We're pulling a lot of those into the now because the Knight of Wands is attracting a lot of people into your life that are already on maybe the same journey, the same track as you, but what they are also doing is actually, they've also completed, I guess you could say, their corner of the puzzle that they're working on with you. And so you're going to be joining forces in a lot of different ways and making the journey a lot shorter and a lot more expedient when it comes to a successful conclusion with a lot of, again, your projects, your work initiatives, even going out and just making new friends, building a community around yourself, really excelling in your craft. It's a beautiful, beautiful 2 weeks. In fact, as we get onto your material shifts, what's going on with your work, your finances, your job, maybe even, yes, your household. It is a material area, and we do have that new moon going for you here. The King of Swords upright is showing where you are actually getting guided by either somebody who is offering to mentor, lead, or simply hook you up. And this could be hooking you up with a new job, hooking you up with a new position, or maybe even clearing some, let's say some requisites or prerequisites out of your way so that you can skip a few unnecessary steps to get something in your pocket a lot more quickly, whether it's money, whether it's any kind of material resource, or just simply get a transition process over with so you can actually get down to some serious work. The King of Swords is also showing me where a lot of you are going to be finding that if you have been looking for maybe something new that you've just not been able to find, it's not been on the market, you've not been seeing openings anywhere, there will be assistance coming for you as well. And so you want to make sure if somebody's offering to show you something or present something, you at least give them the time of day and listen. As we get on, this evolves into the Three of Pentacles upright, and you are actually getting invited to join a new workforce, a new team, something that is actually going to give and keep on giving. And a lot of you Libra people may be finding that this collaboration, this teamwork, is also going to be really boosting the amount of time and resources you each have to give to your own individual journeys. Now, whether this is something where we have a dream team assembling around us at the office and we start, really kicking butt and really stepping up in our own personal celebrity moment, right? A bit of 15 minutes of fame in our field or around work, or we're getting offered a chance to join a new team, as in, again, take on a new job or start working with some very highly capable people. This is going to set the tone for how the first quarter of 2021 completely drops you on a new path, on a new road as it relates to your career, all going up. As we get on to your relationships, when it comes to your closest one-on-one connections, when it comes to love, romance, yes, also platonic relationships, you do have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse to start things off. And with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, unfortunately, it does look like we're going to need to be paying attention to where certain maybe things that we need to be working on in an existing relationship or family situation or maybe friendship, right? We could be talking about business partnerships. We could be talking about a clique. Are getting ignored, and we really need to be able to turn that around. Where has everyone been a bit hands off, or where have maybe we all been a bit too tolerant of things that could be considered dysfunctional or unhealthy or unstable? And where might we be needing to start paying attention to where the raising of our standards needs to be known and needs to be respected? Now, this does change a lot of how people would be interacting with one another, how we will be choosing to go about carrying on these connections. But with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, we may have accidentally let something grow or let something establish a precedent that we need to reverse. In friendship situations, it could be how people are interacting and talking to each other. In relationships, it might be something that we both need to take better care of for the sake of ourselves, for the sake of the family, for just relationships and friendships and family relationships in general. It may be that we have also maybe accepted something dysfunctional, unhealthy, or toxic to be a norm, and we have to start reversing that, and this new moon in Pluto will bring that up and will not let that subject go. And if a lot of people have gotten used to simply waiting for it to get brought up but let go, look the other way, stop talking about it, change the subject, not anymore. It's about solutions now. Now, this does evolve into the Page of Cups in reverse, and a lot of you Libra people are also going to be finding that it's time to start changing the way a lot of these relationship dynamics, these friendship dynamics, and these family dynamics actually work. And this comes down to how people are choosing to communicate with each other, or maybe even to a certain degree ignore each other, take each other for granted, or simply not pay attention or read the room when it comes to how collateral damage or ripple effects affect other people. Because I'm feeling with the Page of Cups reversed, a lot of you Libra people are going to be doing a lot of corrections, and you are not going to find that you're going to be encountering a lot of resistance. A lot of people may just need some time to adjust, right? If we're finally dealing with this in earnest for the first time ever, nobody's going to be able to turn on a dime. It's, of course, you build healthy habits. Yes, I am seeing there might be the odd case where a friend or a relative just is still looking for someone to sort of enshrine their trash with them, but that's not your responsibility. This is going to be a time where, even when it comes to love and romance, as you are working on this, you're going to see as we change the way everyone, interacts with each other to more healthy, more open and honest communications, more forthright and intentional displays of affection, as well as being able to just form their thoughts better. It's going to create a much more harmonious and conducive atmosphere to support all the other awesome we talked about in this reading. Okay? So that's what I've got for you, Libra. Once again, do not forget to check out your moon sign for the other story that is also going on throughout this week. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.